Yes, very good afternoon to all of you. Yes. So just 15 minutes paper review of December 2025 examination. Yes. Please check it out whether audio is clear or not. Yes. Paper lengthy, that all the things we can discuss at the end. Okay. Now, first we'll discuss the MCQ's answers. Okay. So don't think about the already completed exam. Okay. If you have a curiosity to know about the MCQ answers, yes, you can check, no problem. You can compare that answers with your whatever you written. But now, please check question number 1, that is an MCQ. Yes. Here, the doctor Vinayak is a reputed medical doctor, but he is a non-resident. So, his gross receipts from the profession in India, that is 12 lakh. So, remember gross receipts, that means whatever the fees he collected. So, from that, if you remove that expenditures, that what is the total income as per Income Tax Act 1961, 2 lakh. So, many are checking this total income. Sir, for non-resident, basic exemption limit is, non-resident basic exemption limit is 2.5 lakh. So, the total income is below, what is that? Basic exemption limit. Maybe you can write answer as a not required to file. No. Yes, remember. Yes, in this question, we have to check. In this question, we have to check. Gross receipts of an profession. What is that? Gross receipts of an profession is exceeds 10 lakh. Then he compulsorily required to file return of income. In our return of income, we discussed these under section 139 subsection 1 in special transactions. First page of return of income handwritten notes. Yes. Dana. Next, second question, second MCQ. Definitely, it is also somewhat difficult to answer, but remember, MNO LLP, that is nothing but LLP is nothing but tax rates. We have to remember at any time if they are given question, we have to check LLP, SSC, nothing but tax rates. They file return of income before due date. That means there is not required to calculate 234A. That is none of our business in this question. But declare that income 1,20,000. Whatever they are declared, that is an accepted by AO. No. Assessment completed on the 10th February. 10th February. Yes, in this, assessing officer enhanced to 1,65,000. Initially, you declared 1,20,000. Now some amount added, the resultant amount is 1,65,000. Now they are asking computation of interest under section 234B. Remember, 234B computation, now we have to compute this computation done by assessing officer. If they are not given any assessment completed details, nothing but SSC can compute. But here AO assessment details they are given, nothing but here assessing officer is computing. So always amount of rate of interest and period. Amount means nothing but yes, here 1,65,000 into 30% plus 4%. Yes, plus 30% plus 4% you can take. Yes, you will get this amount. But remember, there is no advance tax credit as well as TDS credits. There is no advance tax credit, there is no TDS credits. That's why remember, this is only shortfall on which 1% per month or part of the month for this period, first day of an assessment year to assessment completion. Here assessment completion. So now part of the month also we have to consider as an 11 months. Ultimately 51,480 into 1% into 11 months, you will get an answer, I think 5,662.8, that will be rounded up to 5,663. Here remember this computation is done by AO. Sir, if you want to compute SSE point of view, they are not given anything. Ultimately he has to pay this amount. If on that occasion of self-assessment, if any interest he paid, that can be reduced from the 5,663. Answer is definitely 5,663. Now, next they are asking the virtual digital asset tax rate. So, applicable section 115 BBH and tax at the rate of 30%. But in TDS and TCS chapter, I given this, but in MCQ series also this is covered. Next, it isn't directly Block Money Act related. Yes, this isn't related to Block Money Act. You know already while computing that undisclosed foreign income and asset, in case of immovable property, there is a deduction under section 5. Okay. Long ago he purchased with a 50 lakh, out of that 60% already disclosed. Now that is identified. On that identified time, what is that fair market value? 200 lakh. Can I charge tax on entire 200 lakh? No, no, no. Because that proportionate to which he was already declared, that is allowed as deduction. The remaining only taxable. Then answer will be 80 lakh. Block Money Act. I given a revision video on Block Money Act also, the same example we discussed. Next. This is a penalty. Yesterday I given the penalties section number. From this you will get an MCQ. Yes, this is only you can identify section 271 AAD. That is only 271 AAD. What is the penalty here? Yes, he made a false entry or bogus entry of 5 lakh amount. Even though AO disallowed for computing the total income, that all the things are apart from that. They are asking the question directly, what is that amount of penalty leviable for false entry? False entry penalty only they asked here. Sir, it is an 270A under reporting, sir. Yes, under reporting only, but they are asking a question only with respect to the penalty for false entry. That's why penalty for false entry is equal to amount involved in such a transaction, that is 100%. That's why answer is 5 lakh. Next, section 133A, search and seizure and survey chapter. The powers of assessing officer or authorized officer under section 133A, he having powers of, yes, he can record the statement of any person, verify the cash and stock, he can place identification marks also, but which one of the following could not exercise? He don't have any power of seizure. In search only he having power of seizure. The seizure cannot covered under section 133A powers. Dana. Next. Now, remember, section 268A is there, the monetary limits for making an appeals by department. That means every time SSC making an appeal, department also making an appeal, definitely it is a nonsense. That's why, remember, always they are fixing some limits. Who are fixing the limits? CBDT fixed the limit. For whose appeals? Department appeals only. Department appeals only. Remember. Now, in this case, yes, before amendment, monetary limits are 50 lakh in front of ITAT, 1 CR in front of High Court, 2 CR in case of Supreme Court. But after amendment, 60 lakh, 2 CR, 5 CR. So now what is the correct answer? After amendment only we have to check, because we have one experience in the last June 25 also. So that's why you have to take 2 crore. Remember. Sir, what is that proof, sir? Yes. I think I refer, okay, wait. In your study material also they give an amendment answer only. That's why they will give this answer, that is tax effect exceeds 2 crores, then only department can make an appeal. In our guest questions, not guest questions, important questions also we covered that 268A. This is only. Then next. This is an ICDS 8. Yesterday I given the one last minute clarification or tips. In that I given only 2 ICDS. Okay, at any cost you have to refer these 2 ICDS. This is an tangible fixed assets and one is an securities. These 2 are tested. Yes, this is an MCQ and this is an 7-mark question they given. Yes. Now we can check this answer relating to this ICDS. Remember, generally if you are following accounting standard, you can value the securities security wise, but now we have to do script wise. Script wise means nothing but entire equity shares, cost or NRV, whichever is lower. Entire data, cost or NRV, whichever is lower. Nothing but you have to calculate each script wise, that means equity shares, debentures, preferences, etc. Like that, if you calculate it, you will get an answer 4600. If you are calculating individual security wise, that is not correct. Next. Yes, this is a basic question from tax planning chapter. You are selling one residential house. If you purchase another residential house, you will get an tax exemption. That is nothing but tax planning. Now, so this is which method is generally used for most appropriate determining the ALP in case of inique tangibles. Okay, remember in our ICMAI workbook they given one question on PSM. Clearly they given development cost we can't apportion by using traditional method. That's why we have to use the PSM method. Profit split method is nothing but the most appropriate method in case of intangible like developing cost or whatever it may be. Next question is nothing but the fees for advance pricing agreement. Yes, the transaction amount is 150 crores. That's why this is 100 to 200 crores. That's why you have to pick the answer 15 lakh. Next, safe harbor rules. It is an amendment. Okay, they given. So safe harbor rules means already you know something. If any circumstances prescribed in the rules, in that cases you can declare the one price. Automatically assessing officer or transfer pricing officers will accept that. So this is only the most appropriate answer. In such circumstances, okay, if I am declaring some price along with the margin, definitely the TPO or income tax authorities will accept directly. Now, resident individual earned 35 lakh from the country Y. She paid tax also in that country at the rate of 20%. Country Y doesn't have any DTAA with the India. That means nothing but no DTAA. So that's why section 91 will go on this. So now they are asking which of the following statement is correct. Sir, in this they are given will not eligible for relief. No. Will get relief, but whatever the tax paid, no. Yes, Lakshmi will get the relief. Yes, there is a proper information needs to be communicated within the department. Not required. What is that? So without DTA also resident and ordinary resident can get the relief under section 91 even though there is no DTAA. Answer is C. Next. So completely I can say one thing. So there is a models of DTAAs, UN model and OECD model. In our study material, this content is there. I am not covered this. Yes. In that, definitely we have an articles. One is 30 and another one 31. But in that, yes, remember, in UN model, we have an article number 14. But in OECD model, article 14 deleted. If you open the study material directly, you can get ma. If you are allowing me for some time, I will show you. This is not at all covered by me. Yes, openly I am saying this. Wait, DTAA, the models of. Okay. Yes, we got. In MQP, they given the how many articles are there, but in depth they are asking in an exam how many article numbers are there, etc. Remember the how many articles in OECD model we have an 31, sorry, in UN model 31, OECD model 32. So these are the article numbers as well as what is that point they talked about it. So remember 14 here deleted and 14 presented here. So this is only answer. Next, this is an out of MCQ. Even in our study material, we have an up to section 115, BA subsection 4 only, but they asked subsection 6. But if you follow that bare act, you will get this answer. Okay. Now, we have to check how many things are out of, how many things are covered. Yes. So, in my view, you can answer for this one MCQ. This is also, I can count it as in our favor only, 2. This is an 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I am deleting, 10, okay, 9 only, 10, 11, 12, 12 MCQs. I am deleting some MCQs, okay, by luck if it is corrected, okay, I am deleting these 2 MCQs and I am deleting this MCQ also, 3 MCQs. The remaining all are in your hand only. By way of preparing just 1 day or 2 days, I can't say whether you are writing exam very well or not. In my view, MCQs you can write 12. At least 12 MCQs. Okay, at any cost 10 MCQs, sir. In tension we can do some mistakes, sir. At least from MCQ you can score 10 into 2 marks. That is 20. Okay, coming to descriptive. Yes, always I am saying trust. I posted nearly just a regular class of 6 hours. You don't have that much of time also, and you are given outrightly that as a choice. I think 2 months back I posted the trust video, or 1 month back. Even you don't have nearly 5 hours or 6 hours time to watch that and to practice that sums given in that material. We can't say trust question. And many are saying that MQP trend is followed here also. MQP trend here also they followed. Yes, this is not a capital gain. This is an assessment of partnership firm along with the rule, but we are not covered in our classes also directly. Next, it is a very easy question, tax planning. Individual tax liability computation, which is beneficial if you follow default or normal. It is also easy question. Tax planning, that is nothing but company tax liability, whether normal is better or 115 BAB is better. Business restructuring, the same question. That means same question means in our material only they are given the 4 or 5. They are asking just a shareholder, if he transfer demerged company shares and resulting company shares, what is that? Tax liability. This is also you can do. Non-resident somewhat difficult. Why? They are given the non-resident Indian. For doing this sum, you have to use the 115A rule as well as proviso to section 48. That means nothing but we are already discussed in regular and EVO also. We have to compute by using the average telegraphic transfer, buying rate and selling rate. For that purpose, they given that some exchange rates also. But they are given directly. Yes, that is nothing but given in form. Yes, the found value also given. Next, appeals easy question. In my view, this is an easy question. Why you are saying this as an easy? Because the given SSE is disagreed with the assessment order. Now he wants to go for Commissioner of Income Tax Appeals. What is the time limit? Yes, if it is late also, belated applications also accepted. What is the time limit for making and disposal of appeal? Next, is there any deposit? Not required. In front of ITIT, we have to pay the 20% of deposit. Next, this is a question related to ICDS 5 along with the 43A. Okay. Next, DTAA direct theory question, full exemption or exemption with a progression, ordinary credit, full credit and tax paying method we have to write it down. And this is whatever MKP question we have. Yes, but many students are confusing only because what rates we have to use for converting the foreign currency into Indian currency. Detailedly I given notes also. Yesterday also I shared that notes in our Telegram group. Easy only. Yes, many are doing that question. Next is an easy question, that is an cup method. Only one adjustment we have to do, that is an warranty amount we have to reduce. This is a 94B as usual guess question, that is a thin capitalization. Next, book profit. Coming to book profit, yesterday also I given, please do the book profit first. Okay, at least you have to check whether these are all the things are done or not. MAT, that is on book profit. Simple, if you know the section 115 JB explanation 1 to section 115 JB, easy to write this adjustment within nearly 15 to 20 minutes. You can complete this. Accurate answer you can get. 1 or 2 adjustment missed also no problem. 1 or 2 adjustment missed also no problem. Last question, again they are given the transfer pricing. Simply they ask in a question whether following transactions are international transaction or specified domestic transaction or regular business transaction or neither. That is nothing but 3 types they asked. Okay, many are asking, I will check it out. First one is nothing but international transaction. Second one is nothing but specified domestic transaction. Specified domestic transaction. Third one is regular business transaction. Last one is specified domestic transaction. Answer I am saying, ultimately, yes, first one international transaction, second one specified domestic, third one regular transaction, last one specified domestic transaction. Pakka. Yes. So in my view, paper is average and okay, I can say easy also. For some students who studied everything, then you have a flexibility to choose the questions. Yes, who covered the every area, that means everyone is not a perfect. Everyone is not a perfect. Now, okay, they not covered 100% of the syllabus also, but I can say it is flexibility can given if you covered 100% of syllabus. 100% means okay, you can take 5 to 10% choice, that's okay. Yes. Yes, sir. Dana says, this is a specified domestic transaction because the value is more than 20 crore. Here, the value is nothing but less than 20 crores only. That's why it is regular. Okay, don't think about it. Yes, ignore and continue with the SCM DM preparation. Thank you. Have a nice day.